Hello, book lovers, and thanks for listening. I post new chapters every week. If you like my work, please remember to like and subscribe to help me build my channel. The Stillwater Girls by Minka Kent. Narrated by Jennifer Schafer. Chapter 21. Wren. My feet burn with every step. My ankles grown weak and threatening to roll as we navigate through towering pines. My knees are skinned from falling over broken tree branches halfway through our journey, but we stopped only long enough for me to catch my breath. The trickle of moonlight through the treetops barely lights our way. For all I know, we're running in circles. But hours ago, I drew an imaginary line between the moon and myself, and that's the direction I'm taking us. Wren! Sage calls my name, her voice breathy and barely there. Wren, I need to stop. Slowing down, I reach back, wrapping my fingers around her bony wrist. We can't. We stop, we die. I have no idea when the stranger will wake, but I imagine when he does, he'll waste no time trying to track us down, and our footsteps will point him in a general direction. We left him for dead. If he meant it when he said he didn't want to kill us before, I imagine this'll change his mind. Wren, please. My sister's plea is followed with a soft whimper, and she yanks her hand from my grasp. Left with no choice but to stop, I turn to her, watching as she lowers herself to the cold, hard earth. I'm so tired, she says, her lip quivering as dead leaves crunch and rustle beneath her. I'm cold and I'm hungry, and I'm scared. Lowering myself, I place my hands on her fragile shoulders. I'm all those things too, but I can't let her know. One of us has to be strong. I miss Mama. She buries her head in her hands before wiping glistening tears on the backs of her hands. Throwing my arms around her, I pull her in, taking in the wild beat of her terrified little heart and the tiny shudders that follow each jagged breath. Leaving our home for the first time is nothing short of terrifying, but we can't succumb to that if we want to live, if we want to get away from this man and find Mama. This is the only way. I know you're scared, Sage, I whisper, but we have to keep going. She dries her tears once more and locks her dark eyes on mine. How much longer? Exhaling, I shake my head. I don't know. Pushing herself off the ground, she dusts off her coat, and I do the same, my joints tightening and the backs of my heels burning like fire. I didn't know how badly my feet were hurting until we stopped moving. You want a drink of water? I asked, digging around in the stranger's bag. We haven't stopped for food and drink except once tonight, when Sage had to relieve herself. It was then that I found small packets of nuts and seeds, dried berries and raisins buried deep in the stranger's bag. Pulling out one of the many canteens the man had packed over the past few days, I unscrew the lid and hand it over. Here, quick. The sky has lightened since we stopped, and the sun should be up soon. The thought of losing our cover of darkness makes my stomach churn, but I force it away. Sage brings the water to her lips before hesitating. Hurry, I tell her, glancing up at the darkness that fades to baby blue. Wren? Her voice is a cracked murmur, and her slender fingers grip my shoulder. Look. Sage's arm lifts, her finger pointed, and I follow her gaze toward a break in the forest where a large structure sits, so real, so clear. There's a porch along the side facing us. Bright lights, almost like the little kerosene lamps, but brighter, flank the shiny glass windows. We must have missed it before, when the sun had yet to rise. Come on. I sling her limp arm around my shoulders and brace her exhausted body as we tromp over snagged twigs and rotting leaves and fallen pine cones. The closer we get, the more enormous the structure becomes. Mama always said everyone's homesteads were different, some being humbler than others. But until this moment, I could only ever imagine variations of our cabin. But this is not a cabin. With its straight lines and polished exterior and abundance of windows, I wouldn't know what to call it. Leading my sister to the property's edge, I emerged from the dark cocoon of the Stillwater forest. Hand in hand, we amble towards a walkway made of stone that leads straight to the door of an unfamiliar homestead. The only thing I can do now is pray that the people who live here are good people who do nice things and don't hurt others. I would never forgive myself if I led us out of a lion's den and into a bobcat's lair. End of chapter 21.